Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 19 franchise mode with your Winnipeg Jets. Yes, we are back here again to play through the second half of the 2021/22 NHL season. Last episode, we of course went through the first half of this season, and after the first half of the season, the Jets have a regular season record of 28 wins, 12 losses, and 1 overtime or shootout loss, which is good enough for first place in the Central Division. We are 3 points above second place Chicago, but they have played 3 more games than us. So we have 3 points above, we've got 3 games in hand. So if we win all 3 of those games to catch up in terms of games played, we should be well ahead in the race for the Central Division title. So things are looking pretty good at the moment for the Winnipeg Jets. We just need to make sure we keep up the intensity and keep winning games in the second half of the season. Now, in terms of individual players and points, Artemi Panarin, the bread man, he's leading the team once again in points. He has 46 points in 41 games, 15 goals, 31 assists on the season already. Scheifele, 45 points in only 38 games. He's missed a couple of games due to injuries, which is really impressive, the fact that he's got that many points in such a shortened time. Patrick Laine is a 20-goal scorer once again this season, 44 points in 41 games. Matt Duchene, our second-line centre, has had a pretty good season, 28 points in 41 games. And one of our big free agent signings this last off-season, DOUGIE Hamilton, 27 points in 40 games, 8 goals, 19 assists. And Roman Josi only a couple further down with 23 points in 41 games. You notice that they're both a combined plus 28 on the season. And Patrick Laine and Scheifele are both plus 20. So our first line, whenever our first line is out there on the ice, they're getting the job done, which is exactly what we need from a team like this. So, second half of the season, we've got 41 games left to play. We're looking to try and clinch another playoff spot so we can try and win our 3rd straight Stanley Cup championship. It starts against the Florida Panthers. So, I think we should sim up to the trade deadline. I don't really think there's any major moves we need to make right now. We can see the sort of trade offers that other teams will send us in the run-up to the trade deadline. I think that makes the most sense. There's no point trying to force anything, you know. So, we'll go up to the trade deadline where we have an away game against Dallas. We start with an away game against Florida. And we lose in overtime. Okay, we take a point. Not the best way to start the episode, but we get a point, so it's better than nothing. We have a home game against Dallas. We take a 3-2 win. Lovely. Mayerov in Manitoba has been injured. Manitoba are under 500 quite badly. Not very good there. 4-3 loss against the Ottawa Senators for us there. So a win, a loss, and an overtime loss. We're 1-1-1 in our first 3 games this episode. Another loss against the Carolina Hurricanes. That's not very good. Then a shutout win against the Anaheim Ducks. Good job. Hello, Washington Capitals. How are you? So they want Mayerov and McClellan for Dmitry Orlov and 2 draft picks. That's very interesting. So they're a rebuilding team. Dmitry Orlov, we don't know his overall. He's 30 years old. I don't want to take a risk. If I don't know anything about him, I don't want to take the risk on him. So we have a home game against Edmonton. Nick Patan has been injured. We'll replace the player then. Central scouting, yeah, whatever. So a home against Edmonton, we win 4-1. Good. A home game against the 500 New York Rangers. A 2-1 loss. Fair play to them then. Okay, away against the Vancouver Canucks. We've got to keep up these wins, guys. Nick Patan is back. Good. Best lines. At Vancouver, we take an 8-3 victory. Jeez, that's a big convincing win. Hopefully, that will help our players get a bit of a winning streak here. Michael Furland has been injured. We'll go best lines. A 4-2 loss against Nashville. We're playing very 500 hockey at the moment. So the Winnipeg Jets want to offer us they want our first round pick in exchange for a 2nd, a 3rd, and Jimmy Hayes. No, thank you. Carrying on. I'm good. Michael Furland is back. Good. One of our top 6 forwards. Dmitry Kulikov. No, thank you. So let's see how we do. Karenin for a 3rd round pick. No, thank you. So we move into February with 32, 16, and 2 so far this season. So we've hit 30 wins. We've hit it quite convincingly as well, which is good. Nick Jensen is on waivers. I don't think we need him. Wouldn't expect him to be that good of a player, a fringe player. A shootout win against the St. Louis Blues. That's another 2 points for us. We lose 1-0 against Minnesota. Well, that's helpful. Come on, guys. We need to string together a bit of a winning streak here, boys. Come on, fellas. Let's do this. Manitoba, they've got a player back. Away against the Montreal Canadiens. Come on, let's get a win here, boys. We need a win. Wheel, and 2 draft picks. No, thank you. Come on. Ah, shootout loss. We get a point. But we need more. We need 2 points. We need wins here, boys. 1st round pick for Walmart and a 2nd. No, thank you. Against San Jose. We win. Good. 6-0. Now, that's a big win. Away against the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's take a win here, boys. Matt Duchene is out till February 17th. Okay, he's out for about a week. Kerrinan and a third for a third. No, thank you. Away against Philly. Come on, we need a win. Oh, 1-0 loss. Then a 3-2 loss against Pittsburgh. Oh, boys, come on. What is happening in this second half? Eric Comrie's injured. We'll go best roster then. Against Carolina. Can we get a win? Good. A 7-1 win. There you go. Manson, Goligoski, and a third for a first and a second. No, I don't need these overpaid bottom six defensemen game. I really don't. Home against Philadelphia. They beat us last time. Don't want that trade. Come on, let's get some revenge here at home. Come on, thank you. 4-3 shootout win. Home against Colorado. 3-1 win. Good. 3 straight wins. Let's make it 4 against Edmonton. I'm feeling it, boys. We've had a rough January and February. Let's keep it going. Good, a 5-3 win. Away against the Washington Capitals. Come on, take a win here, fellas. They've only got 18 wins on the season. Troy Brower's injured for Manitoba. Against Washington, come on. Yes, good. Then we lose against the Senators. We had a 5-game winning streak, though. So as long as we bounce back with a win here against Colorado, I'll be quite happy. Come on, you know you want to, game. You know you want to. Go on, give me the win. Kyle Connor's injured until March 24th. Ouch. Okay, trade deadline's almost upon us. No, thank you. I'm going to be looking at some possible trades in a minute. Come on. Yeah, good, an overtime win. Good. So we've hit 40 wins this season. We're 63 games through the regular season. We're 40, 20, and 3, which is tied for first place in the division, but Chicago still have played 2 extra games. 67 points in 63 games for Artemi Panarin. So he's continuing to be over a point per game player for us, which is great. 64 points in 63 games, I should say, for Patrick Laine, almost a 30 goal scorer. Scheifele, 64 points in 60 games. Dougie Hamilton, 45 points. Roman Yossi's dropped his point production quite a lot. Dougie Hamilton has continued to be our best defenseman by far. Matt Duchene, 39 points in 61 games. So our top 6 is getting the job done, which is exactly what we want. However, we could get some better production from them. You know, it would be nice if we did, but we just want to get wins. Wins are the most important thing at the moment. So, 40, 20, and 3. How does that stack us up in terms of the rest of the division? So Calgary are in first. Ottawa are in first, actually. Calgary second. Oh, no, Philadelphia are in first. So Philly have 90 points on the season already. So it goes Philadelphia, then Ottawa, then Calgary, then us, I believe. Yes. Okay, so we're 4th in the league at the moment. Okay, well, that's not too bad. Let's take a look at some trades that are on offer. In terms of what I'm looking for, defenseman would probably be what I'm looking for. Cam Fowler's on the trade block. Okay. I'm not really expecting to make a trade, if I'm absolutely honest, because they're going to want way too much anyway. Cam Fowler's on the trade block. That's not too bad. Arizona. I want skaters matching the block, don't I? There's nothing there that I want. Boston. Jake Muzzin, 87 overall. Yeah, no. Kyle Okposo, Jakob Silverberg. Nobody crazy on Calgary. Carolina, Andrei Sveshnikov, 21 years old, 88 overall, and they're trying to get rid of him. Wow, okay then. Chicago Blackhawks, they haven't got anybody. Colorado, nope, nobody. Columbus, LeCavalier, nope. For Dallas, Marco Mueller, don't really know enough about him. Edmonton Oilers, Leon Draisaitl. Wow, he's only 83 overall. He's dropped a little bit, hasn't he? No, they're only trading forwards by the looks of it. Vincent Trocheck, Petrovic, Edler, no. Los Angeles Kings, no. Minnesota Wild, Jared Spurgeon, maybe. Eric Johnson, no. Two big contracts. Is that Martin Erat? No, it's Matei Erat. I was going to get so excited. Philip Forsberg is on the trade block, as is Ryan Johansson. Jesus. Ryan Ellis is on the trade block. We could reunite him and Yossi together. 84 overall. 31 years old. $6 million, though. I don't really have that much salary cap space, do I? How much salary cap space do I actually have? $2 million. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make a huge blockbuster move then. I didn't think I'd be able to. Colin Miller, Thomas Hickey. The Rangers, nothing interesting there. The Ottawa Senators, they're not going to want to trade anybody. They're doing well. Philadelphia Flyers aren't going to want to trade anybody. They've got 90 points on the season already. Nope, nothing crazy. Thomas Hertel, Schmaltz. Colton Parayko would be a good pickup, but I'd have to give up too much for any of these players. That's the problem with making any trades. Morgan Riley would be a awesome, awesome pickup here. Only $5 million. He's in the last year of his contract. 93 overall. Well, it says it's 93. It'll probably drop off to an 89 or an 88, I would imagine. So maybe not. Maybe not. We haven't scouted him enough to be able to make a proper pick. Nate Schmidt, 83 overall. Pullock, no. And the Capitals. No, the problem is, if we made a trade, we'd have to give up we'd have to give up a player that had a noticeable salary on him. And the problem is, they are probably a very key player for us. So I'm not really sure I want to do that, to be honest. So if we take a look at this, we've got 3 players earning $7 million a season. They're all very key players to my roster. DUCHENE, maybe we could give him up, but then we'd have a hole in our second line. Nikolai Ehlers could be a guy that we give up, because he's meant to be a first-line forward. He's 88 overall. He has a huge amount of trade value. Then again, he's a solid second-line forward for us. He does put up some solid points. Don't want to get rid of Hamilton. Kyle Connor's injured, so having Nealers on the second line while Connor is injured is actually really helpful, so I don't want to get rid of him. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody really crazy that I want to get rid of, so I don't see there being any point making a trade. And plus, this team has won us back-to-back Stanley Cup championships, so I don't see why we need to break that up, you know? I think we've got a solid roster here, and we just need to stick with our guns. So, let's move past the trade deadline. Let's go to the end of the season. We need a nice little winning streak to end the season to clinch the Central Division. We start with a 5-3 loss against Dallas. Thank you very much, Stars. Really appreciate that. Ugh. So, away against the LA Kings. We'll keep the ticket prices. Yep, marketing budget and all that, whatever. We get a 4-2 win. Good. 4-2 win against the Kings. We take a 3-1 loss against Chicago. Can we get revenge? No, we can't. They've probably jumped up to top of the division now. 5-4 win against Buffalo. That's a good job. Best lines for us there. Against Tampa Bay, a 4-2 loss. We've been far too inconsistent in the second half of the season. That's the problem. Home against the Arizona Coyotes. Eric Comrie's injured again. Great. Home against Arizona, a 6-4 loss. We've had 3 losses in our last 4 games. Not very helpful, boys. We're going to make the playoffs, most likely. I just want to try and clinch the Central Division for once in our bloody lives, you know. Everybody's getting injured. Home against St. Louis, we take a 3-1 win, a 3-0 win, I should say. Good. 5-2 win against the Capitals. A shootout loss against Pittsburgh, so 5 of a possible 6 points there. Roman Yossi's been injured. He'll be back at the end of March. Get all your injuries out the way now, boys, because I'll need you for the playoffs. Shootout win against the Nashville Predators. 2 straight wins against the Devils and the Islanders. We need a win against Chicago here, though. Come on, you've got to take this victory against Chicago. Mason Appleton's back. Good, good. Good, a shootout win against Chicago. They get a point, but we get a win. We could have a 50-win season here. Come on, home against... Good, home against the Vancouver Canucks, we win. 5-3 loss against the Vegas Golden Knights is a bit of a shame. 3-0 loss against Dallas. Come on, get one more win. Good, there you go. Win against Florida, 4-1. And a 1-0 shootout loss. So, the Winnipeg Jets, for the 2021/22 season, finished the regular season with a record of 50 wins, 27 losses, and 5 overtime or shootout losses, which is good enough for first place in the Central Division. 5 points up from the Chicago Blackhawks. We've clinched home ice. We were the 3rd best team in the Western Conference. We were one of the best teams in the league as well. 86 points in 82 games for Artemi Panarin. Very good showing there, Breadman. Thank you very much. 85 points for Patrick Laine, a 36-goal scorer this season. Mark Scheifele had 82 points in 79 games. Dougie Hamilton, 49 points. You can see a massive drop, though. You can tell our first line is doing a lot of the work. I mean, if you see, Jesus. So you have 86, 85, 82, then drops all the way down to 49. It's almost as if the points are almost cut in half. DUCHENE, 47 points. Ehlers, 45 points. Pretty good. Roman Josi, 44 points. Interesting, though. Roman Josi's a plus 26. That's pretty good. We had a couple of minus players. Chris Versteeg was a minus player. Vesalainen and Appleton were minus players. So only one of our lines were really minus players. Logan Stanley, a plus 21. Fair play to you, bud. That's a good job. So where does that rank us in terms of the actual league? So we finally clinched the Central Division. The Dallas Stars have beaten us out both times these last few seasons. How did we do in terms of the entire league? We were 5th place in the entire league. That's not too bad. The Philadelphia Flyers, wow, they really slowed down after a little while. They went 53, 25, and 4 for the President's Trophy. So Winnipeg, 105 points, 64%. So goals for, just over 3 a game. Not too bad. Goals against, just over 2 a game. Power play percentage, 22% on the power play. That is good. That's like top 10. And our penalty kill, 82%. Wow, so we were in the top 10 in both penalty kill and power play. 7 shorthanded goals for. Wow, we came 3rd place in terms of the most shorthanded goals scored. What about power play goals scored? Power play goals, 50. Yeah, we're in the top 10 for that as well. That's not too bad. Home record. We were quite high up for home record. Away record. Yeah, we weren't very good away by the looks of it. Well, we were about middle of the road for our away record. That's not too bad. That's actually been a pretty good season for the Winnipeg Jets. A 50-win season. I'm quite happy with that. We didn't make any changes at the trade deadline. I didn't think we needed to. But let's see who we're up against. So we had 25 sellouts this year. That's pretty good. Well done us. So the first round of the playoffs, we are against the San Jose Sharks. So we're going up against a team from the opposite division. The second wildcard spot, I would imagine. Or one of the wildcard spots. So let's hold a team meeting before the end of the episode. Stanley, Niku, and Carlton, I should say, all really enjoyed that. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, did I just advance a day? I advanced a day. Oh, I moved the thing down to edit lines, and we've already played game 1, and we won 3-1. So I'm an idiot. I apologise, but it looks like we've got off to a good start for our playoffs. We've got the first win of the playoffs, and we did all right doing so. So I wanted to take a look at the roster. There's not really any point anymore because we won our first game. Matt Duchene had a pair of goals in the 3-1 game too. So, yeah. I mean, next episode we'll carry on the first round and we'll see if the Winnipeg Jets can win their 3rd consecutive Stanley Cup championship. So yes, I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. A big thank you to Chris Gadsby and Max Artis for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further and get a shout out at the end of any future videos, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.